1019 KINK. Independent, Portland.
My guest is Romy, who we all know and love from the band The XX. How are you doing? How are you holding up?
I'm okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm in London, and we've just gone back into lockdown. But I'm just trying to stay positive, and just hope everyone stays safe. And
it's so frustrating. And in this country, here in the States, we may very well go into another lockdown as well because our numbers are just skyrocketing. What are you doing to keep yourself sane?
Well, it's day one.
It's day one.
Right now it's fireworks night, so I can see some fireworks right now outside of my window.
Oh, that's cool. The city's just doing that to
surreal.
kind of. Is there an occasion, or the city's just doing it to entertain people?
It's like bonfire night. It's like on the 5th of November in the UK. There's like it's like fireworks night. I think it's like to do with Guy Fawkes and like I don't know. It's like kind of old tradition. But yeah, people are still letting them off, so it's kind of weird. Normally, a lot of people would be out looking at the fireworks right now, but everyone's like inside, and I can see it. I just one just went off out the window. That's why I thought of it. But,
now I know you have a little dog named Mouse, and you have a kitty. How do they handle the fireworks? Because my dogs hate them.
I know. I was a bit worried, but they're actually both really brave. They haven't been bothered, which I'm really grateful for, because I've got some friends with pets that get really scared. So
we have to. I hate to even do it, but we have to give our dogs basically doggy downers, tranquilizers. I hate doing
it. Oh no, I know. I've got a friend that has to do that as well. I know. I'm sorry that they get so scared. Yeah, it's but they seem to be all right tonight. But I mean, apart from watching fireworks, I'm just going to try and make a load of music at the moment. Yeah, that's kind of
that's what you've been doing. Back in April, Romy, you did an Instagram Live, and you told your fans about your solo project. How did that go? What did you say?
That was my first time I've ever done an Instagram Live. It was really cool to be able to directly say, to the people watching that I was making solo music, and it was cool. It was quite nerve-wracking, and I played some acoustic versions of some songs, and it was like a really cool experience.
Does it feel good to be doing solo work, or is it odd not having your XX bandmates with you?
Yeah, of course, it's definitely weird to not have Oliver and Jamie with me, but it's cool. It's like feels like a new challenge, and it feels very much like, I don't know if you can hear, that was another firework.
I did hear a little rumble.
Yeah. It's very much like, feels like a kind of an extension of the band. It's not like a sort of heartbreak and like I'm going solo. It feels like a sort of just another avenue to the journey.
And I know a lot of people are wanting to know, the XX is not going anywhere. You guys will be back with new music, and yeah,
absolutely. The XX is it's been my whole life. It's all I've done since I was 16, and it's my biggest passion. And I'm so grateful for everything, that all the opportunities we've had from the XX. It means the world to me. And I think it's like, we've been making music. We've put out 3 albums in 10 years, and it feels cool to just try something a bit different, learn some stuff, and bring it back. I noticed when Jamie made his solo album, it was like he came back with fresh ideas, new experiences, and I think it will just bring in, like, that's what I want to, like, learn some stuff, bring it back to the band.
And there's never a better time to go venture out on your own than during a pandemic lockdown, right?
Well, I mean, it's slightly, it's a good time to learn some stuff for sure, but it's, I was like, is it insensitive to like put out new music at this time? I didn't know the vibe, and then I thought about, like, well, for me, the new music that's come out this year has been like a real gift and has cheered me up, and like, so, and the nicest thing I got told when I released Lifetime was people said, I needed to hear this, the song cheered me up. And that was, for me, like all I could ever hope for, really.
Yeah, because some artists might be tempted during a pandemic to release music that's less than ebullient, I might say. but your song, it's Lifetime, it's upbeat, it's optimistic. It reminds me of like a club anthem you would hear back in the 90s or 2000s in my going out clubbing days.
I'm glad that that's the vibe that's coming across for you. That's totally what I was going for. I'm really inspired by like club anthems, club classics, like songs that really unite people and that you can sing along to as well as dance. And I wrote Lifetime in this room, like in the first lockdown in the UK, sending files over the internet, and the lyrics just came from that sort of place of just missing my family, my friends, and connectivity, or like just like people and clubbing and just thinking about what was going on in the world. And I, rather than make something that kind of felt like slow and kind of introspective, I actually felt like I wanted something to give me more energy, because I was just sat here in this room and I was just craving that high energy experience of being in a club or being out with my friends and driving fast or something.
Yeah.
So that was kind of what I really wanted the song just to start and just go, so that's kind of why you put it on, and it just is full pace.
Yeah, it is. I love it. Romy, you've written a lot of music for other artists, including King Princess, Halsey. How is it different writing for yourself? I did read a story once. You said you were struggling a little bit with some lyrics and you changed, let me get it right, you changed the pronoun. Rather than saying I love you, you said I love her. Then the creative energy just started flowing.
Yeah, I think I've always been super happy about being in the XX. It's not like I'd had this sort of secret dream I'm going to go solo one day. So for me, I got to the end of touring our last album, and I was kind of like, what should I do next? And I didn't have the confidence to think, well, I'll make a solo album. So I thought I want to keep writing. So I kind of sought out some opportunities to collaborate with other people, write with other people. One of those people was King Princess, who has become a friend, and she really inspired me. She's so comfortable in her own skin. She's so proud of who she is. And, it's something that I really, and that she's so young, and her energy and her, it's very infectious. And I just felt really, I realized that was something I kind of wanted to explore more as well, as being open about my sexuality, incorporating that into the lyrics. And so I was writing a lot of songs, and I was working with this producer called Fred Gibson, who we were collaborating writing for other people. And one day I went in and I was like, who should we write for? And I said, maybe me. And it was weird. It was kind of like, of course it was obvious. He was like, yeah, of course we can. But for me, it took me a bit of time to get there. And then the first song that we wrote that day, I wrote about I love her, and I embraced that side. And then it felt like, well, this is a song for me to sing. It's not an XX song because it's very personal to me. So that helped me just kind of justify it to myself if I needed to. But yeah.
Tell me if it's none of my business. I'm gay, and I came out to my family when I was 15. How was your coming out process? It was okay. It was actually it was kind of probably the most subtle out of the coming out stories I've shared with my friends and stories. So I basically, my dad was worked in the library, and he was quite he loved books and was quite like a studious guy, I guess. And so he came into the room and he put on my desk a book, a flyer for a gay and lesbian book fair, and just put it down. And it was so subtle. It's just that's like a snapshot of our relationship. It's subtle. And I looked at it, and I looked at him, and I was like, what are you trying to say? And he just looked at me, and it was just this unspoken, and I sort of nodded, and it was like the most quiet coming out. So I'm so grateful for that. Yeah, that's awesome.
The tenderness of that, and but I know it's not obviously as tender and as subtle as that for everyone. So I feel very grateful for that.
I do too. Now, Romy, I know you've spent the lockdown, the first one, and now this one you're just getting started on with your girlfriend Vic, along with the previously mentioned puppy and kitty. Is everybody getting along pretty well? Has this been good for your relationship, or has it been stressful?
It's nice that you mentioned Vic. Yeah, she's good. She's downstairs. We're all good. We're I think it's actually slowing down and getting to spend more time together has brought us really close together. And it's lovely having the animals around. It kind of feels like more. Someone said to me, it's like having animals around is like having more heartbeats around.
Yeah.
And I thought that was actually quite a sweet thing to say.
And also when I look at my dog's eyes, just their innocence, not knowing what's going on in the state of the world and the state of the United States. So it's been comforting to have puppies, dogs.
Totally. Yeah, it's just that simplifies things, and just being, I don't know how it was for you guys, but for us, the rules were you could go out and walk the dog if you had a dog. And so having a mouse and us being able to walk her every day was a huge simple ritual that was just super important. And for all of the terrible things going on, I have enjoyed the simplifying of life, going back to basics and really appreciating the things and appreciating these moments. And so that's one beautiful thing for me that's come from it.
Couldn't agree more. Romy, the debut solo is called Lifetime. We're loving it. Our fans, our listeners are loving it. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Best to you. Hopefully someday you'll be able to visit us here in Portland, Oregon, and
I would
we can
love
see you in
to.
person.
Yeah, well, thank you so much and take care. Thank you.
You too. Stay safe. See ya.